Recording is also starting. Great. Fantastic.
One more thing, Shubhaj, I'm sorry. Can you mute? You said you have access to mute. You said.
Say, kindly mute yourself. Then.
I think he's not on in front of. Sorry.
I'm already muted.
Okay.
Okay. Good. So let us now start. One second. Huh? 1 second.
Yeah.
I just got to bring some water to for myself. Okay. So today we'll be going through something someone known as Warren Buffett. If you can see the screen over here, I'll close this. If you can see the screens over here, where is notes? Okay, can you see this? Can you see this screen properly, all of you?
Yeah. We can.
You say then others, Rupesh.
Yes.
Atul, all you can hear?
I can see.
We can hear you loud and clear, and we can see the screen as well.
Screen also you
Please
can
go
see.
ahead, yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine, great.
Yeah,
All
great.
right. So what we'll be covering is basically the rules of Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett, which are basically just two sides of the same coin. Yesterday we discussed history of Warren Buffett and all. I'm not going into that today again. But what we will be going into today is something known as rules of investing from Warren Buffett. So the Warren Buffett system of investing is known as rulers. He came up with this rule because value investors are the one who rule the market. That's why he came with a clever acronym known as rulers. But that is not the real meaning of rulers. Rulers has different uh, six different interpretations. What is R? What is R? R is your radar. You find good companies with how to find good companies. That is the first step of value investing. Is this clear? Second, understand companies. You need to financially, you need to operationally, you need to have a good understanding of what the company does. So the company, you have to understand the company financially. So in financially, there are three statements: balance sheet, profit and loss account, and statement of cash flows. So financially, you need to understand the company. You need to understand the company business-wise. What is the company doing? What is the company's primary activities? What Who are the competitors? Which industry the company works in? These are the kind of things you go through when you understand the company. So remember, is not enough, because as owners of the company you are not only having financial stake, but financial stake is there only if the company actually operates. If the company doesn't operate, there'll be no financial stake as well. So you need to understand the company, you need to understand the industry in which you find these companies in the first step. So first step is what are radar, find companies. What does a radar do? It tries to send signals to the universe to find out, say, other planets. So we are talking in terms of that kind of finding. You don't know what to. There are so many stars, but if you want to find a particular star with certain chemical properties, we send the radar to the universe, and we whatever bounces back, we analyze that. So radar is in that sense. After you send out the radar and you have, say, 200 companies in your list, which you find that it meets some of the value investing criteria, then you want to dive deeper, because Because ultimately it is your hard-earned money. You need to do all kinds of research before you invest your hard-earned money. So what is the second step? Is to understand the company in terms of your financial statements and your non-financial and your non-financial operational things. So if you have been listening to me carefully, who are there? Who are the participants? Abdul Kalam.
Yes, yes.
Abdul Kalam, please tell me what are the three financial statements? What are the three financial statements of a company which we need to understand to
Yes,
understand the company?
balance sheet, P&L, and cash flow. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. Because this is paying attention is necessary. This balance sheet,
Yeah.
balance sheet, P&L, and
And
statement
cash
of
flow.
cash flow.
Cash flow. Yes.
Statement of cash flow. And remember, everybody, I'll ask. So, okay, now this question goes to Sid.
Yes,
Sid,
yeah, Usaid here.
Usaid,
Like
please
I,
answer the. Okay, first, Usaid, please answer the question. What are what do you mean by radar? What do you mean by radar? Radar rule of Warren Buffett. What do you mean by that?
find the companies actually align with your personal ethics. I think this is what was discussed now, like the
Yes, correct.
one.
Right. I've not discussed ethics yet. I'll come to that. But first is finding the companies. That
Exactly.
I gave the example of finding something from the universe, and radar sends signals to the universe like that. Okay. And now Rupesh, what do you mean by operational understanding of a company? I've not explained this to you, but from your intuitive idea, what do you know? What do you think? What I have explained in one line. What do you think is operational understanding of a company?
Thing is like the company should be sound enough and it should be like operating from more than 10 years.
No, that is financial criteria. I want to know the operating criteria. What do you mean by operating criteria? Which I gave the example that operating criteria means which industry the company works in. What are the primary activities of the company? Remember, Rakesh, you are taking down all these notes, huh?
Yes, yeah, I'm taking it.
So even if I'm not taking down all the notes, you are. So what are the operating criteria? Operating criteria is which industry the company works in, then its primary activities, its competitors,
Market share. Yeah.
competitors, market share, uh, then regulators, because that's very important. Regulators are very important.
And government,
Then what?
government, shareholders.
Stakeholders.
Yeah,
Employees,
customer,
vendors, customers, even local communities, nature, because if the company is in earthquake prone zone, that has a different kind of risk. So even nature is part of, like Florida. Florida has lots of
So,
lightning.
macroeconomic indicators. Yeah.
No, it need not be economic. It may be economic as well as non-economic. Like nature is not at all economic. Nature is non-economic. If like Florida has plenty of lightning, so lightning. If you do not design your building to take care of the fact that Florida has lightning, your entire building can be totally destroyed by a lightning strike.
And political climate.
Yeah, that is also there. Correct. Nature, political climate. What else? Anything else? I think this pretty much covered it. political climate. So these are all the operational things you need to understand. You shouldn't only see balance sheet and P&L cash flow. You need to understand operating atmosphere of the company as well. Is it okay?
Yes, this is okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So now you understand the business. But I'm right now just summarizing the rules, but we have to go in depth into each and every rule which we come across. So yesterday I gave just an introduction of these rules. Today I'll be summarizing the rule in detail. Then we'll be going into in depth into each and every rule because our real money will be going to be involved in this kind of investing. All right. So third is love the company. So this is very important because you can love the company only if you have a management which not only takes care of the shareholders but also the local community, the employees, the vendors, the
Yes, sir.
customers, mother nature, because obviously you don't want a company which deliberately pollutes the atmosphere, deliberately pours chemical pollutants down the river. You don't, I mean, earlier this kind of thing used to be acceptable, but nowadays most of the investors say, no, I'm having nothing to do with these kind of companies. So ethical investing is very important. So ethical investing is one aspect. Then management integrity is one aspect. The company should
Yes, sir.
integrate with,
Yeah.
integrate with the value. Now, why Walmart, despite being so, Walmart is a big company in the US. It's the world's largest retail chain. So even after being the world's largest retail chain, it is not a very loved company. Do you know why? Because they source their products from the worst of sweatshops in Bangladesh and Africa and all, where they pay people where they pay people around 1/100 of what they pay for menial work in the US. That is the kind of, that's how Walmart kind of always, it's the cheapest stuff from the world, and they offer the cheapest stuff to their customers. But now their customers are more conscious. And when the Bangladesh fire happened around 3-4 years back, that is the time Walmart, a lot of bad things of Walmart came into light. That they used to exploit the sweatshop children. They used to do a lot of bad things. They do not want to pay the vendors in time. They want to take out maximum profit but give nothing in return. That is the kind of things we don't want a company which we invest in to have. So love the company is very important. It should align with your ethics. And if we, tell me.
I want to add one more company also. Oyo Hotels, they are not paying money to their partners like hotel partners.
Oyo is very profitable, but it doesn't pay. Then Byju's the learning app. It has a horrible system with its employees. These are all startups. You didn't know that? You read Glassdoor, you'll understand. So management integrity is very important. You have to love the company because it aligns with your core ethics. So love the company is not only something which pleases your soul, but is also something which makes for a big difference in the profitability. Because a company which is responsible also is responsible for its shareholders, and long-term profitability can come only from such companies. Because suppose something happens and one of the victims of that company decides to sue the company for irresponsibly polluting the river near its factory. That kind of reputation issue makes a big difference in terms of financial financial impact also. It is not only ethical impact but also financial impact. So if the company takes care of local community, stakeholders, its own employees, it will have long-term profitability. Is that clear so far?
Yes.
Yes, Subhajit, yes.
Okay. Uh, Now the third thing, or rather the fourth thing in rulers is event. What do we mean by event? Event means something has happened in the external or internal environment of the company that has pushed the company's price into very low territory. Current price, I'm saying, the share market price of the company into very low territory. What do you mean by that? We mean that suppose 2008 financial crisis has occurred or 2020 COVID crisis is occurring. These are not the fault of the company. Suppose a company like steel company, it has nothing to do with COVID, but still investors are pulling out market from everywhere. So steel company price is also going down. So there is no, but of course in COVID it very much has an impact because whole economy is shutting down. But in terms of financial crisis, say, imagine yourself, all of you, imagine yourself at 2008. There is a global financial crisis. Uh, some companies have invested in subprime mortgage crisis. Banks have screwed up totally. You have totally. Steel companies have nothing to do with it. Consumer companies have nothing to do with it. But due to an external event like global financial crisis, so external or internal event like global financial crisis or say internet boom, internet bust, or financial crisis which happened in 1997, um, or World Trade Center falls. These kind of things have no issues with all the companies. Companies, whether people die or people live, it's a hard fact. Companies will keep on going. Except in COVID-19, that is a different story altogether. But that is not a temporary. That's not a permanent situation. As long as the situation stabilizes, everything will return to normal. Except for COVID-19, everything else, whether people live or die, companies will go on forever.
True.
At least if it's at least if its business model finds demand. That is also important. In understanding the company, we Rakesh, kindly add these points. Brand, moat. Rakesh,
I'm adding.
yeah. So I note these points as well. Brand and moat. If the company has brand, all of you understand. Coca-Cola. We don't need to explain or look into Google to find out what is Coca-Cola. We'll just tell it from the tip of our tongue. We know what is Coca-Cola because that is so popular. It has such brand recall. Uh, as long as the brand is there, it will always stay in demand. And what is moat? Moat means something which, even if competitors want to convert, even if competitors want to copy that brand, they cannot because nobody can replace Coca-Cola. We had Gold Spot, we have Thumbs Up, we have something known as Cold Schweppes or something, Canadian Schweppes, or you have so many cold companies, cold drink companies, but none of them come even close to Coca-Cola in terms of the brand recall. So, durable competitive advantage is something known as moat, which we will do in detail when we stop understanding all the other concepts. Durable competitive advantage. Anybody have any doubts? You can always ask. External events uh, such as global financial crisis 2002, 2008, COVID, COVID-19, World Trade Center dropping, Uh, then you have what internet bust in 2000 exactly 2000. Then what else can you think of? Asian Finance 1997. What else can you think of? Any big event recent?
This Lehman Brothers you added, right?
It is already 1998 to 2008. Anything between 80s and 90s, 70s and 90s. I know between 70s there was a big thing. 80s and 90s.
90s, Cold War between US and Russia.
Yeah, it is there. 70s you had oil crisis, OPEC crisis, oil crisis. So they increased oil prices by 5 times in 2 months. Then you also have 1987 stock market crash, where the stock market crashed by 22% in a single day. So all these are external events. So if your company is stuck in one of these events, it is not the fault of the company. It is some external event, and suddenly you find lots of good companies which will otherwise always sell for very high price compared to their earnings. You'll find suddenly their prices for very cheap. Like COVID-19 also, we'll find a lot of companies have fallen around 30 to 35% from the peak. And good companies which you otherwise won't find, you'll find in this period.
True.
Is it clear so far?
Yes, so far so good.
Okay. Now the fourth R. In rulers, we have found out first R. We find companies, understand companies. We have already asked. Now, who has not spoken yet? Who has not given the answer yet?
I think myself.
Okay, Rakesh. Now you tell me an example of loving a company and how it enhances profitability.
See, I want to take a Tata industry as a line because they are to integrity and they follow some standards and they follow all other non-financial things like nature activity and stakeholders take care and pay on time payments to vendors. All those things they consider. So this is how we love the company.
Okay, fine. Right. Okay, event we have discussed. Now we go to reduced basis. What do you mean by reduced basis? This is the second last R. So there are 2 R's in rulers. This is the second last R. Now this R, which is the second R, is we want to reduce our initial stake in the company. What do we mean by that? Suppose we invest 5,000 rupees in Tata Steel. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Suppose we
please,
invest. Suppose we invest 5,000 rupees in Tata Steel. Now Tata Steel will give us back dividends. Give dividends. It will sometimes buy back shares. So suppose it gives 10% dividend, 500 rupees it gives dividend. It also declares around 800 rupees share buyback. So what does happen in the first, after year 1, 5,000 rupees as stake. Now year 1, we have 5,000 rupees minus 500 rupees of dividend plus 800 rupees of share buyback. So what is the final figure? It is 3,700. So your basis in the company should always reduce. Your actual investment stake after 1 year is not 5,000 rupees anymore. It is just 3,700 rupees. Because company has bought back 800 rupees of your shares and it has also given you 500 rupees of dividend. Am I clear so far?
Yeah.
Yes, Subhit.
Remember, a company which does this, that is a good company. If a company neither gives you dividend nor buys back your share, ultimately we hold the company for cash flow. If we are not getting the cash flow, it is not a good company. So
I'm
we'll
also
try
thinking
to.
I'm also thinking about appreciation in value as well. That is also a good factor. Na? Like if my share price is going up, my investment is also increasing.
If you get dividend, if the company buys back the shares, then automatically in the market the company gets appreciated.
Mhm.
So the appreciation happens because of these two factors only.
I think Subhajit, you are actually we are discussing about what we get. Realized profit, not unrealized profit. Unless you sell the shares, you will not get that money, right? Yeah.
Because realized gains is not realized profit. It is
Yeah,
cash flow.
gain, cash flow. Yes,
Not,
yes.
you have not sold anything from the company, but you have still reduced your basis from 5,000 rupees to 3,700 rupees. Because because you are the owner of the company, you have got back 500 rupees as dividend and 100 rupees of your shares. So you are left with only 3,700 rupees of stake. When, after suppose 3 years, all these happens for 3 more years, your basis reduces to zero. You can hold the shares forever because you don't have any risk in the company anymore.
Mhm.
I explained this to Rakesh and others in the beginning of our value investing sessions, where I told that if your initial risk is covered, you don't have any other risk in the company. You hold the company forever, you enjoy the cash flow. If you see very high returns, you sell some of the shares. Whatever you do, you can. Your initial risk is fully covered. You are fully in a happy position. Is this clear so far? Yeah,
Wow.
I just
I'm
want to add
understanding.
something here.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
we
want to get
don't
my understanding.
take into.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Abdul,
We
you
don't.
speak first,
Yeah,
then
we
I'll
don't
take in
take into
after.
account the inflation and all. If you hold some scripts for say 10 years, 20 years down the line, the inflation factor will come in, right?
That's the beauty of shares.
Mhm.
Share market is the only asset class which beats the inflation and taxes. There was a research which compared by Economic Times, Economic Times, which India's
Yeah, yeah.
they did a research
Yeah.
showed that real returns after inflation and tax for assets after inflation and tax for different asset classes. So 1 rupees became 13 rupees in 40 in 40 years in real terms. Remember, we are talking of real terms. In real terms, 1 rupee became 40 rupees, 13 rupees. So in real terms, after inflation and tax, share market gave you this much returns. Your fixed deposit, 1 rupee became 2 rupees. Then gold, 1 rupee became 3 rupees. And real estate actually gave negative returns. 1 rupee became 70%.
Then they say the real estate is the the market, where you have inflation proof and all. I don't know where I read this one. Is it true or
Yes,
no?
Economic Times research has proven that not to be the case. If you go by long term, because what did the research period cover? 1979 to 2000, 2015. 2015. Yeah. So in I think 38 years or something.
Shubhajit, I want to add one live scenario for this example. Hope you know Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, right? Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. His mother forced him to buy a real estate like house. Its cost of 20 crores. After 15 years, the house cost will be the 60 crores. And his mother referred him that the cost will be 60 crores, but he replaced his mother that the share value which is sold for 20 crores now is 400 crores. So he literally lost a lot of money because of buying that real estate.
So real estate is not unless you own a commercial property. For residential property, real estate gives negative returns. For commercial property, you have a different equation altogether. But how many of us in reality can own a commercial property? How many of us have 300 crore rupees to spare lying around in our bank account? Even if we go to bank, how many of us can put down 60 crores to come up with a commercial property? Not many of us. So real estate doesn't have a very encouraging story. Fixed deposit, which is good for safety, is not good for overall long-term returns. 1 rupee only realistically become 2 rupees. Nothing much to talk about. So I think Abdul, your point is answered over here that
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that it is the only share markets which are real basis. But share market is not blindly you invest in the share market. You share market, you research the companies, you do the value investing, and you get market beating returns. So this is market equivalent returns. This 13 rupees, if you invested only in Sensex and didn't touch your money from Sensex, but if you invest in value investing, if you invest in value investing, 1 rupee will become 80 rupees.
80.
Yeah. Every year, the value investors beat the market by 5 times the market average. Why? Because you buy simple logic. You buy low, hold the high quality companies, hold for cash flow. When the company is above its intrinsic value, you sell the company. Sell the basis. Sell not the entire stock. Sell initial basis. Say 5,000 rupees in the company, you'll be selling worth of shares only of 5,000 rupees. So if you 5 shares, but 2 shares are only costing 5,000 rupees, you sell only 2 shares. Remaining 3 shares you can always hold on for. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So value investing is the biggest. That's why why the mutual funds do not reveal this story to everyone. It is because mutual funds are depending on mutual fund fees. So if mutual fund says that we are there to take care of a very complicated product, highly risky without our intervention. We'll charge you 3% of the fees per year. Suppose you charge 3% of the fees per year on mutual funds. You know what will happen? If this 13 rupees will come down straight to 4 rupees. Why? Because 3% every year, the mutual taxes are always there. But the mutual fund fees is also there on top of all this. So your 13 rupees will in real terms become only 4 rupees. So much drastic reduction. Am I clear so far?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, we come to the last part of the rulers investing. It is something known as invert the story. Now, what do we mean by invert the story? First thing, what do we mean by story? Story is something uh, through which we remember the company. Like if I take Tata Steel, I can tell you a story about Tata Steel in 2 minutes time about why the company is good, why the prospects are good, why there is why people should invest, why it is ethical. All the things I tell you because it is such a good story. But when you are a value investor, you are not going by story alone. You want to invert the story. What do you mean by invert the story? You want to know if there is any reason not to buy a company. Okay. Uh, if you want to invest in the company, you should have refuted all reasons not to buy a company. So try to find out. Suppose let's take Tata Steel as an example. Let's try to find out all sorts of ways in terms of rulers why we should not buy the company. And then if we can refute all the analysis, all the talk about that company, if we can refute all negative talk, then only we invest in the company financially. So negative talk can be financial as well as non-financial. If we find a single negative talk which we can't refute, we do not invest in the company as a value investor. So this is a very important point. Last point, but very important. So let us take an example of invert story. Okay, let's Rakesh. Hello. Uh,
Rakesh is here.
yeah, Rakesh, please give me one example of a very good company other than Tata Steel. You have already mentioned Tata Steel. I'll show this.
Give C Cement because just I mentioned in the text. C Cement share value 15 in 2006, now it is 16,000.
Is it a listed company?
C Cement. I did a lot of research on this company.
Sure.
One shareholders who bought 1 lakh shares in 2006 for 16 rupees. Now the share value is 16,912 rupees. He's the richest person, I believe. Now.
Okay. No, wait.
Which company is this?
Wait.
You can see text.
Let me go to the chat panel.
Yeah. Shree Cement.
Shree Cement.
Yeah.
Shree Cement. Yeah.
Okay. Let's take Shree Cement. Let us try rule of Warren Buffett in this. So how did we find the company? How did you find the company, Rakesh?
Via same news goodwill company for
I
first.
can't hear.
rather, I can say rather.
No, but how did you find the company that you?
Randomly, I see the news, basic news in that I find the Sri Cement news, and then I start researching on our company.
News from which? News from which paper?
Not people, news, Z Business.
Z Business. Okay. From Z Business, you found out the name of this company.
Yeah.
So what suddenly gave you the interest in this company?
Because
Remember, we are in the radar phase of Warren Buffett. So let us understand, why did you suddenly become interested in this company? What grabbed your interest?
because due to this last December, they announced dividends, which is very interesting dividend rate, and he want to extend the business and he want to improve his cement quality. He's talking something about his integrity of company. I found interest of the owner, commitment to the company morals and values.
Okay, so values and integrity. Remember, we are at the third. We go to so we have covered point number 1. This is point number 3. Okay, radar is point number 1. To understand the company financially, let us wait for some time, because we'll go into the actual financials of this business. But let us go to point number 2, which is understand the business. What business is the company in? So it produces only cement.
Cement, yeah.
So this is Warren Buffett point number 2, cement production. Who are the competitors of this company? Competitors.
All like Ultratech, Bharati Cement. These are male.
Type it. Type in the chat panel. Ultratech. Okay. Okay, fine. 2 competitors will do. All right. Okay, so now we have covered part of rule 2. We have covered rule 1. We have covered rule 3. Why rule 3? Because the owner is sincere. Owner is committed and does it have any CSR initiatives also?
I didn't know that depth. It might be.
Maybe. We'll find it.
CSR. Yeah, I can see CSR.
Okay.
For 10 years, it's 22%, 5 years, 10%, but last 1 year is 11%, minus 11%.
What are you saying?
You're talking about the sites?
No. I'm talking about not. Okay. Now let us go by event. We want to see if any event has occurred which will push the price in favorable region. Obviously, the biggest event which has occurred for everybody is COVID.
Yes. That is the only reason. Actually, share was 23,000 in December. Now it is 16,000. So because of this COVID-19 effects, 23,000 in December.
Okay.
So still, is it still a good buy?
Good buy or not that? Good buy or not that we analyze. In fact, we have the template which Rakesh and I gave the inputs. Rakesh built the template. Analyze the template in terms of intrinsic value and try to find out whether it is good buy or not. But let us go by the other things. I'm not going to financials right now. Financials we have a lot of time to go to. But let us now go by other rules. Event is obviously COVID-19. Does it give any? Did it give any dividend or have any share buybacks?
They're paying huge dividend. Like, in March they have paid 21% dividend and 13% in 18, 36% in 17. They're paying good dividend.
Okay. What about share buyback? Can you find out from Google if they have share buyback or not?
Yeah, I'm checking.
Yeah, let me know.
Cement.
So basis is reduced by dividend, but Shriram Cement, Shri Cement has any share buyback or not? That only you find.
I think they did a buyback also, Shubhajit, as per some site.
Did they have any share buyback?
I think so. What they usually buyback about it is paying dividends too. So there are dividends. They're paying huge dividends, and they're doing buyback also.
So they have buybacks also. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have to open the chat panel again because I'm trying to refute any one bad point of the company. I'm trying to find it. So dividend is good. So rule 5 is met. Rule 1 is met. Rule 3 is met. Rule 4 event is met. So rule 6 anyway we are doing right now. Ruler's rule is anyway. So now only thing which is left is to find out financials. Okay, Rakesh, I do not want to go to share back. That screener. So you go to screener.in your account. Just let me know whenever you reach screener.in.
I'm on it. Screener. Yeah. I open also.
Okay. Okay. Now open that intrinsic value sheet.
My Excel sheet. Yeah, I did.
So I'll open the Excel sheet. Wait.
That's better. Yeah, I can tell you the figures.
1 second. You tell me tell me the figures. I'll input that.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll stop at 1 hour because if we have very long recordings like 2.5 hours or not, they'll stop recording system. So we'll stop exactly at 1 hour. If necessary, we'll have many other sessions, small sessions. But we cannot have more than 1 hour. Otherwise, they'll again stop the whole thing. Okay. Oh, sorry.
And Shubhajit, I want to tell you that I removed IPCA, SDFC, NBCC from my record, from my chart.
Which were already they were already rejects, no?
Yes.
Okay, so let me delete these. Let me delete.
Yeah. That's better. That's better.
Which one you deleted? HDFC?
IPCA. Both NNO. Oh, yeah, those two. I deleted.
These two you rejected.
And Saguma also. Saguma.
Also rejected.
Yeah. And I added that GL infra, what you said in the morning. GL infra. I'll work on it.
Okay, good. So now let us go to Sri Cements.
Yeah.
Others who are seeing this template for the first time. How many others are there?
I'm seeing it the first time. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I am seeing it for the first time as well, this calculator.
No, this is not a calculator. We have made it ourselves with a lot of hard work.
Template, yeah.
Can you please share with us? Yeah.
Of course, we'll share it.
Definitely. I'll share.
So the initial only comes reject because You're not
Because,
selling.
because once you fill the details, it will change. We will delete that.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Remember, all the profit and loss accounts are from trailing 12 months. Remember that. Okay. Give me operating profit.
Can you take current price is 69.35? Current price 69.35. First column.
Trailing 12 months. Remember, huh?
Yeah. Current price. Current price. I'm talking about.
69.35.
Current price.
What?
Current price.
That's a current price. Okay. Current price, how much?
69.35. 16.35.
So expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. Then operating profit.
Operating, once again, I'll give you that latest September figure.
Yeah.
3596.
No, you give not September. You give the trailing 12 months operating profit.
TDM, yes, TDM 3596. Right. 3596.
I don't think we'll be able to complete this today, but still, I'll give me quickly, as quickly as possible. Because in next 15 minutes we have to close the recording. Okay, depreciation, how much? Go from trailing 12 months.
1791.
1791. Okay, capex.
Capex, 1 minute, I'll give you. 6427 minus 6182. 427 minus 182. So 245.
245. Remember all these for others, Atul and Atul is not there. Whoever other two are there, who said, yeah, we will get the template. You will get this. You will get this calculator, and but right now, remember all these figures are in crores, all right? Except for rate, depreciation, tax rate, and all. Tax rate cannot be
Crores.
crores, but all the figures are in crores. Okay, rupees crores.
And even
Other assets.
This is 2552.
Remember the latest balance sheet, huh?
Yes, I agree. 2552.
2552.
0.92.
0.92. Okay.
16312. 16312.
Gross block.
Gross block. 10620.
10620.
Yeah. Dot 7.72.
70.
Yeah.
Okay. Total capital, total assets.
16312.
60.
16312.
16312.
3.61 number of shares.
16312.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Now number of shares outstanding.
3.61.
3.61.
61.
3.61.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 years average dividend yield.
If you want 10 years, or we can take latest one. We have 21% latest.
Both. Give me both.
We have 1, 2, 3. Only 7 years company.
Only how many?
6 years company. 7 years. 7 years.
Dividend you have only 7 years, or company is only 7 years?
Dividend we have only 7 years. No, because they are given calculation from 2013 only.
Okay. When were they listed? Sri Capital.
2006, I believe.
2006. Okay. So okay, they are more than 14 years. You can invest. All right. So what is firstly what is 7 years dividend yield? Tell me that average.
Yeah. 1 second. I'm telling you. It is 16%. I mean 114%.
11.4%.
114%. 1.14.
1.14%.
Yeah. 10 years. For 7 years.
That's very less.
I mean 140%. 114%.
Okay, 1.14. Wow,
Yeah.
that's good then. Okay, last year what was the dividend?
Last year it was 21%.
21%.
Yeah,
Okay. Total interest.
288.
How much?
288.
288. Okay. Remember, others, we are just inputting the figures. As soon as we come up with the thing, we'll see some magical changes happening once we feed in the figures. Okay, debt, borrowings. We've
Borrowings
only
is
borrowed.
2159.
How much?
2159.
21598.
Yeah, 59. That's it.
Thank God, because borrowings cannot be more than total assets.
Yeah.
Okay, what is net profit from
Net profit is 1340.
TTM? Remember,
Yeah, we have screen, right? Directly we can take 1340.
how much?
1340.
1340.
Yeah.
Okay, sales.
Once again, net profit. Yeah, right. I'm right. Sales 12943.
How much?
12943.
943.
12943.
12
943.
943.
Yeah.
Okay. Market capitalization.
61
60.
104.
I didn't get you.
61,104.
61,104.
Yeah.
How come market capitalization is greater than total assets?
45.05 cash.
No, double check this figure properly. Market capitalization cannot be more than total assets.
61,104 only. Show it.
61,104.
Yes, that's right. Can you see the chart? I just posted.
Okay. Can you share your screen, please?
Yeah. I try. You have to give me access, Shojit. Can you see? Because I don't have access to share.
Okay. Anyway, 61,104. We'll do it later. Okay. Now cash. Market cap. 445.
0.04.
Very less cash.
Yeah. You can copy paste formula for current equity.
Okay. Now we go to current equity.
Your formula, I think you can copy paste.
How much?
Once again, I'm telling the figure.
It is total assets minus total debt. Total borrowings.
312 minus 2159 minus 3879 is 10,274.
Total assets you gave over here. Total assets you gave to be only 16,312 as total assets.
Exactly.
So you have to subtract from 16,312. Total borrowings is how much? Total borrowings. Actually, we don't need to calculate. We already have the formula.
No. I think we have to add one more figure. Which you just add 3879 to that number. Sorry, 116,312 to that number. 16,312. Can you go to formula? Can you go to that column? No, this one. Equity current. Equity current.
Which one?
Equity current. Current equity.
Current equity, huh?
When you go to that, can you change that figure? 123,218. Not that is.
Yeah.
312 minus
14,153.
Minus.
No, positive.
No. You have to add one more number, Shubhajit. It is other liabilities. You have to add. minus
Okay, minus
16,312.
current liabilities is here now. We'll put
Other
the
liabilities.
we'll put
Other liabilities.
other liabilities, current liabilities only, no?
Is it agreed?
No, current liabilities are already part of debt.
Yeah, other liabilities 16,312. We have to have 16,312. 16,312.
So there is something known as other liabilities.
Yes.
Apart
16,312.
from debt, apart from debt, also there are other liabilities.
Yes, apart from borrowings, we have other liabilities. I hope you remember this point.
Actually, Rakesh, then we need to add one more row to our.
Yeah.
If every time this keeps on coming up, we have to add one more row called other liabilities.
I added my template. I'll share that. I added it just not just before, so to avoid this confusion.
Okay. So then the equity becomes minus.
No. I think it's positive Sujit, for me. It is 16.
P11 is total assets minus P16 is total borrowings. And again, from that we have subtracting 16,312.
Sorry, 3879. That is 3879. I'm sorry, 3879. 3879. All sides.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Others, if you are following, we are just feeding in the figures.
Yeah, I can see.
I think I will tell you. We will tell you how to insert the figures. Where to get the numbers. It is very easy.
Okay.
I'm calculating. I'll tell you the number.
Okay.
I'll still continue for some more time. I wanted to finish in 1 hour's time because I don't want to drag this for very long. Otherwise, they don't allow the recording. Okay, now give me quickly previous year's equity.
I'll tell you direct number. Is it okay?
Previous year's equity, huh?
I'll tell you direct number. So we can 2803 minus 3023. It is 9671.
9671.
Yeah.
Okay. Total current assets.
5472.
5472. Okay.
Current liabilities 2836.
2836. Okay.
That's it. You have to drag the formula. That's it.
Okay. Any more inputs are there?
That's it. You have to drag the formula.
1 second.
Copy from that column M because we made some changes, I believe.
Okay. Let's drag the whole thing.
Column.
So automatically some changes have come out. It's showing reject. Why is it showing reject? Why is showing reject? What should be the margin of safety price? 1537.72.
Yes.
But what is the actual price? 16935. Obviously, it's a big result.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference from. So it is not a good buy.
Yeah. As per our rules, it's not a good buy. Yes.
Not a good.
Share values in
As of now, it's not a good buy, but like the guy mentioned, someone who bought few years back, he's made a good profit on this.
2006 it was 600 only.
That doesn't matter for us because what matters for us as a value investor is what price we buy at. Selling is also not that important to a value investor. Most important for a value investor is that value investor buys at a price half of the intrinsic value. So we have calculated intrinsic value of the firm to be 3,076 rupees per share. And the margin of safety price is 1537 rupees per share. But current price is much above
15,000. Yeah.
So it is highly overvalued. Not good, not at all a good investment at this stage. This template is very important because it gives you access to a whole lot of resources.
Great.
And And remember, okay, one assignment I'm giving all of you. I think Usaid and
Yeah,
Rakesh,
I'm here.
Abdul,
Screener.
Abdul, yes.
yeah, I sent you one link. Just it's a free account. Just log in, sign up with account, and I'll share you some
yeah,
screen.
sir. Sign up for a free
Yes,
account.
yes, yes. Okay, okay.
Shobhit, can you give just 2 3 minutes time to explain the screener so they can understand, they can start digging the data. Just 2 to 3 minutes, that's it. Since they are new to the session.
Okay. So I'll go to the screen then.
Okay, please go ahead. Yes.
One second. I've got to the screen now. Rakesh, what you were saying?
SHRE Cements.
See, all of you, you need to just register on the site for a free account.
Screener. Okay.
Yeah, I give the link. I give the
Yeah.
link. I'll paste in the group also. I'll provide in group also.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
What company is saying? Shri, na?
SHRE.
SHRE. Shri Cement Limited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you please explain that profit loss will take TTM for figures? Here we'll take some data.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
See, whenever you have to input a profit and loss account figure, you always go by this last one, trailing 12 months. Okay. You don't take from all this. You only take from the last one. Trailing 12.
Okay. Okay.
And whenever you need a balance sheet figure, you always take the latest balance sheet.
So for March 2019 is the last.
Take September
no.
2009. Last balance
The
sheet.
P&L is for the last P&L is
PNL is trailing 12 months. So
TTM.
TTM. So whatever month you are, it doesn't matter. 12 months before that you consider. So it's like a dynamic table. TTM. Always take these figures, TTM.
Okay.
So this is how you feed in the thing.
Great.
So my assignment for all of you, including Rakesh, is you all pick out one company that you love and then come up with your own input, own analysis, and then then you send me, all of you, an Excel file showing what you have done. So select only one company, each of you. We'll send you this template, Usaid and
Abdul Kalam.
Abdul
Yeah,
Kalam.
yeah.
We'll send you the template. But all of you, including Rakesh, need to come up with one company and do this full analysis and show me. You need to do this. You need to do this analysis by Ruler's methodology. Like the company, how to understand the business. You have to write down the points also. Not only financial thing, you have to write down the points also, how you are selecting, what event has pushed down, like except for COVID-19, if you can find company specific events also which has pushed the company share price down, that also. So remember, Rulers thing we have to do for all the companies which we actually invest. So Rulers, we found out that one criteria is not met, all the other criteria were met. Still, we are rejecting this company from our investment because it needs to meet all the criteria of rulers. Is that understood?
Yeah.
So Rakesh, Abdul, and Hussain, I need
Yeah.
all of you to do this homework. That one
Sure.
company do this and make detailed notes as per these rulers criteria. Because I have explained rulers criteria in detail today. All right.
Okay. Okay, great.
And I want to add one more point. Abdul and Hussein, if you have any doubts, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll explain you.
Done,
Okay,
Rakesh.
no
Done.
problem.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thanks a lot. Yeah.
Because remember, even if you are abroad, the principles of value investing apply everywhere. So in any market, because I'm studying principles of Warren Buffett, who is in USA. That doesn't mean Warren Buffett's principles don't work in India. It works very well in India. It works extremely well in India. It works extremely well in Germany, UK, wherever you are, it will fully work. You just have to universal application because principles are universal. These are not market specific principles. These are
Country specific. Yeah.
global principles. You can go through, but only thing is you need to have that discipline. You need to take that pain, and you need to delay the emotions. Suppose all your emotions are telling you it's a great company to invest in. I love this company. What can go wrong? But still, you have to have that value investing discipline. That if the value investing criteria says no, then it is no. You keep it in your watch list, but you cannot invest in. You cannot put in your hard-earned money if the value investing criteria says no. Even if all the emotions, everything says yes, but if the value investing criteria means no, all the 6 criteria must be met. Not that you can pick and choose as per a buffet. It's not a buffet. It's your hard-earned money. That discipline must be very clear.
I want to add one more point on discipline. Since you both have you, we have to hold.
Guys, I'll stop the recording over here. Now I'll continue the meeting, but because otherwise they stop the whole thing every two days. So I don't want that. I'll stop the recording. I'll continue the meeting.
And Abdul, just I want to add one more point.